Okay, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
I'm trying to get my share screen up here. Just give me a second. We're so glad that you joined us tonight
Yes.
and get ready to hear a great testimony and hear about this incredible technology. Got to start at the beginning. There we go. There we are. Welcome everybody and thank you to the X39 launch. And
Yes.
it's
Yes.
pretty incredible that October, oh my gosh, October LifeWave is 20 years old. That sounds so young when you get our age,
I
but
know.
for a company to be in for 20 years, that is pretty incredible. So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our X39 launch. And do you want to read the disclaimer?
LifeWave products are not intended to cure, treat, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. If you are pregnant, nursing, on medications, or have a medical condition, please consult with your physician.
And have you been patched? Have you been patched? Well, the patches are getting out there. So when you go, you'll see people that patching. And I don't know if y'all have seen pictures, but there's pictures of the Olympians that have wore this technology and they're winning gold medals. So
Yes,
I'm
they are.
thinking
Yes,
this
they are.
X9 might be onto something with Olympians, winning gold medals. And you want to tell them about David?
Sure. The CEO of LifeWave, David Schmidt, he is also the inventor. And when you really think about it, very few companies have the person at the top as the inventor uh, of an organization, and
Mhm.
it really is. It's amazing how David Schmidt and how he has, I guess, transformed the wellness industry. Uh, he has over 180 patents, and as I mentioned, he's an inventor as well as a scientist, and he specializes in age reversing. And David's first patch, he was contracted by the federal government to come up with something that would help the special operations so that they would not have to use caffeine or amphetamines for long missions. And so he came up with a product, the very first one, it was energy enhancer, and it's still around today. And that was uh, the very, very first patch that David came out with. And just a little bit about X39. It was 10 years in the making. It took him 10 years of research from 2008 until the beginning of 2019 that he finally came up with the technology of how to create the X39, and it cost $4.5 million to bring it to market. So it is something, I mean, if anything, I would say that David could be called relentless because anyone that sticks with something for 10 years to come up with a, uh, I guess, a vision of what he had, uh, then I would say that it is very, very astounding in that respect. Now, the technology, each of the technologies that LifeWave has, they are patented. And just as far as the X39, as it states here on the slide, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, it improves energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. Now, a couple of things that I would like to say right off is that reduction in inflammation. Everybody deals with inflammation because of the environment, because of what we drink, and because of what we eat, and maybe even what we're exposed to. Uh, we can have inflammation. So everyone is dealing with some inflammation in some form or fashion. In terms of pain management, I can tell you for myself, I was dealing with some things and it was amazing. It was incredible what it did. Improvements in stamina. My wife can attest to the fact that I can work much more than I
Mhm.
did before.
At 68 years old, he was
Yeah,
out all day today in the heat and working, and
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's still going.
yeah, I am.
And even wound healing, because out working in the yard, you'll cut yourself or something, a scrape, and within like 3 days it's gone, that's it doesn't normally happen when you're 68 years old.
No, no.
In the collagen, we have a friend who had bone on bone, and they told her she needed knee replacement. And because of this technology repairing her body, this little thing that looks like a band-aid it does nothing. It just causes your body to heal itself.
And one of the things I want to say just real quickly is that over the course of probably the last month and a half, my wife has been receiving so many compliments about her skin and how it looks. And that's one of the things that it does. And you'll see one of the slides when we go further. Now, how exactly does it work? Well, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Uh, it has patented nanocrystals. It reflects light to activate the GHK copper peptide. It's non-transdermal, which means it puts absolutely nothing in your body. And there's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. And again, it's non-invasive. And if there's one thing I want to say, when it says patented nanocrystal technology, uh, I like to use this analogy that whenever you go with my wife um, to any mall or any place where there is a jewelry store, you'll notice that you'll see the diamonds in the showcase and you'll see the facets on them. They put out different colors, a different prism of light. You can see it the way they have the light on them. And that's in many ways how this works also, because what it does, it reflects the low level ultraviolet light that our body puts out. It doesn't require the sunlight. It uses our low level ultraviolet light that our bodies emit, and it reflects it back into our body to activate that GHK copper peptide.
And non-transdermal, like Greg said, it puts absolutely nothing in your body. It just works with the heat and the light of your body, kind of like when you go out into the sun. The sun doesn't put vitamin D in your body. It activates the vitamin D that's already in your body. So that's what this little patch does. It activates the stem
Mm-hmm.
cells that are already in your body and tells them, come on, wake up and let's get going. By the time you're 30, half your stem cells aren't working. By the time you hit 60, there's like 80 to 90% that aren't working. That's why we get fine lines. Some people call them wrinkles, fine lines. And we just don't heal as fast. We don't have as much energy. We don't sleep as well. And so this is just waking up our bodies so we can get back to feeling good again and having energy.
Don't they call them laugh lines too?
Don't get me going. That reminds me of a Little House on the Prairie episode.
Now, the benefits of X39: increased strength, and I can tell you, I have noticed that. Reduced inflammation, as I mentioned previously, increased stamina, energy, and vitality. I have heard that more and more from people in terms of what kind of energy they have and how they are able to do things that previously they weren't able to do. Mental clarity, we have also heard many
Mhm.
testimonies from people in terms of what it has done for their mental capacity. Restores muscle and or skeletal conditions. And this is one thing that I think is very important, because I noticed it just in men that as men get older, they start losing muscle mass in their shoulders. Their shoulders get bony, their legs get real thin. And so that to me is important if you want to have that energy and vitality. Improvement in sleep, it will definitely do that. People have told us that how their sleep has improved.
Mhm.
And if you're getting better sleep, then your well-being is so much better.
Well, if you don't sleep well, you don't heal. So
No.
your body has to have time to rest so you can heal. So that's why it's so important to have better sleep and improved skin appearance. because it gives you back your collagen. And so when you have collagen, your face will tighten up like it was when you were younger, and it doesn't sag like it used to. So and you get a glow. So my friends that have been on the X39, I can tell because they glow. And mental clarity, how many times have you went into the pantry to get something and you forgot why you went in there? And so this does actually give mental clarity because it's waking up the cells.
And if you're not into needles for Botox, then
I'm not
this
into, yeah,
this is
this is,
better way to
yeah,
go.
yes. And this is a topography map. This is a 77-year-old woman who did exercise classes. She taught exercise classes. So she took care of herself. If you teach an exercise class, you're going to take care of yourself. And this is session 1. And the red there is inflammation in her brain and very little stem cell activity, lack of brain coherence. Session 2, I don't know why I'm having trouble with that word session. Session 2 is 3 weeks on the X39. No more inflammation, improved brain coherence. She's 77 years old, and look at how her brain is repairing and getting better
In just 3
in
weeks.
just 3 weeks. And how many people will say, "Oh, I've been on it for a month and I don't notice any different." Well, you can't feel inflammation in your brain, so you don't know what's going on. You have no idea what's going on with your organs, your brain, but the stem cells they know, because that's how God created our bodies, was to repair and recover the priority. So the stem cell knows where to go. And look at the week 6 on X39: complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity, better brain coherence. I love this picture because it's proven how it helps the brain in just 6 weeks.
It's great.
6 weeks.
It's wonderful. Now, some of the long-term results of X39, and this is from case studies. This is not just what do they call that? Anecdotal. This is from case studies. The first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. And that is critical because our genome is critical to us being able to have well-being, to be healthy, and to be able to withstand all the onslaught of all the things that are coming against us. So our body defenses come back up. Within 6 weeks, our brain becomes balanced.
And we just saw that picture where
Yes.
6 weeks, the inflammation went away that caused our brain to
Yes.
balance.
Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And that collagen, one of the things that I noticed, and some of you may notice, is my hair grows much faster. I have to go get my hair cut much sooner than I did previously. My nails grow extremely quickly, and I'm surprised at how often I have to trim them because of that. And that's because of the collagen increasing. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And this is
Huge.
it's fact. It's fact from studies that your heart reverses in age. And I know of a lot of people. In fact, I have a brother, a sibling, who exercised, did all sorts of things to stay healthy, and yet he had to go in and have heart surgery because he didn't know he had a problem, and he was checked out. So, so what it can do for your heart, your cardiovascular system is, in my mind, it's mind-boggling.
It
And
is.
it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes right from the inventor of X39 of what it will
Yeah.
do.
And every slide we're showing you, everything we're telling you is proven. There's third-party testing. It's patented, so nobody can copy it. And so you can't just fill out a form and send it into the post office and say, I want a patent. You have to prove that it says what it does. And so by this being patented, all these things we read on here, it's proven.
Yes.
And how do you wear it? You wear this little thing that looks like a Band-Aid. You take off the paper and it's sticky. It's made with 3M medical grade tape adhesive, and like 1 in every 10,000 people will have a reaction to the tape. So and I'm allergic to Band-Aids. I can't wear Band-Aids. I can't put any of that tape on me, but this technology, this patch does not bother me. And you put it on 12 hours on, 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. And the reason you take it off and give your body time to repair on its own so it doesn't get used to the light. So if you leave this on, your body's going to get used to the light. So then you take off the patch. I don't throw it away. I keep it, and then we put it on our little miniature poodle. But like I said, we don't recommend that. That's just what we do because we want to keep her young, and she's 5 and she still acts like a puppy. So I don't know if we'll keep patching her. I'm just kidding because she's still full of energy. And you can wear more than one at a time and drink plenty of water. And the reason you have to drink plenty of water is because it's starting to wake up your body. So you're going to go through a detox. And so you have to flush that out of your system. And so drink a lot of water and electrolytes. Greg didn't like drinking water, but we got some electrolytes that he likes. So he's like drinking lemonade. So he drinks more water now.
I do.
Yeah. And then this is so sophisticated yet simple to explain. And we have a great testimony. So Ron, if you could unmute yourself.
Okay, I think so.
Okay. So Ron, what was your life like before X39?
Well, it was complicated. I was I was in the U.S. Navy, a Vietnam vet, and I joined when I was 18 years old, and I think I weighed about 126 pounds. So I was 5'10", and I thought I was 6 foot tall and bulletproof. So I did a lot of things on my ship for 4 years that I am paying for. I'm paying for as I get older. The problem with my back. I have serious problems with my back, radiculopathy. I have nerve problems down on my feet. I had 2 shoulder repairs done last year. The list goes on and on and on of different things that I've had go on with me over the years. And a lot of it, I've just lived with it. But I did work for a company for 5 years that had a little device that if you put the patches on and you ran it for half an hour, it would numb the area for 24 hours. So that means one nerve would be numbed. And for a lot of my fellow veterans and myself, that was great because one nerve is better than none. So obviously that was a nice thing to have, but I really wanted to carry this ball further. So I wanted to get something that would help me long-term and really well. So I said, I'm going to get stem cell implants. And so I started looking into it. I saw all these different things. And so I went to the VA and I asked my primary care doctor, can I have stem cells? And she said, probably. How much are they? I said, 40,000. She said, no, you're not getting stem cells. Try something else. You want an operation? Fine. We'll send you down to Houston. You get an operation. I said, no, no, no. But I did see LifeWave as part of my research and looked at it. And I just, nah, I said, no, I don't think that's what for me. But early this past year, I was at a Big Top, which is a very big outside show in Conroe. And my DAV, Disabled American Veterans, we had a booth there. And I stayed there at the booth for a while, but then I had lunch. And while I was having lunch, I was sitting with two young ladies. I didn't know they were not young, but anyway, this one looked really young, but she's not. It was Dawn. And Dawn started saying to me, you know, we're working with the X39 and this and that. And I'm saying, wait a minute, I saw something about that when I was researching. So she said, come over to the tent and take a look and we'll talk, which I did. But I'll tell you, I wasn't too clear about, with my background in medical, 50, 60 years of medical, I said to myself, nah, this doesn't sound right. It sounds too good to be true. Okay, that's what it really was. So I didn't do anything. She invited me to one of the meetings. I went to the meeting and her and Greg and some other people were there. And they started talking about the successes they were having with the X39. And I started saying, well, maybe all these people are, they're right, maybe. So I decided to sign up, which I did. And I got my X39s, and I also got the Eons in the mail. And it was too late in the afternoon for me to put the X39 on. So I just put an Eon on my back. And, since I'm almost to a point where I need to use a cane, and I don't want to do that because that's, never mind. I don't want to do that. So I do have the pain, and I was taking about 2,000 milligrams of Aleve every 4 hours to stop the pain. I can usually take about 40 pills a day. Most of them are herbal, and some of them are for pain. I just found out I have ADHD, so some of it's for that. But I was taking a lot of different meds, and I really don't want to take that many meds. Not now. I'll be 74 next month. And so I decided I was going to go ahead and give this a shot. And of course, I said to Greg and Dawn, I'll give it 30 days. That's it. And she said, well, if you look at the literature, you look at the information, you look at everything here, it may not all happen in 30 days. I said, well, then I'll give it a little more. But what happened is that I put my Eon patch on around 6 o'clock at night and went to bed at 8 or 9. And got up at 3 to go to the bathroom, and was ready. I had my hands on the sides of my bed, ready for the pain, and put my feet down and stood up, and there was no pain. And I said, wait a minute, no pain. Okay, I'm sleeping. So I went into the bathroom, came back, went to bed, and slept until 7 a.m. And then woke up, and I said, well, that was a pretty weird dream. So I got up, and I got my feet on the ground, and I was ready to stand up and ready for the pain, and no pain. And I got to tell you, it's been about 3 months, no pain. So I'm a believer. I am definitely a believer. I'm not going to question it, because now that I've researched it and really looked into it, I can simply understand what's going on, what's happening in my body. The funny thing about it is I'd like to be able to control what's happening, and I can't. The stem cells are repaired where they want to be. And here's an example. About a month ago, I fell. I broke my number 7 rib, and I broke my toe. And the doctor said, well, we might have to tape you up. You're going to be taking heavy meds. And so I said, okay, well, hey, this is a good time for my X39 Eon to work. But I really never give it any thought. And then about 2 weeks later, I went in for my follow-up x-ray, and the doctor said, you're healed. There's no more cracking, no more break, no more fracture. You're healed. And I said, oh, okay, 2 weeks. That's not too bad for a 74-year-old. I said, this was pretty amazing. Now I said, things are happening in my body that I don't know, and I don't think about it. And this is something that both Dawn and Greg tell me about over and over. They say, think about something that was happening back then and see if it's still happening. So I said, okay, I used to drive around and my arms would ache because of the surgeries, and they don't ache anymore. They haven't ached in months. So there's another stem cell miracle. So as I go through life now, I'm kind of excited about what's going to happen next. Now, if you take a look at a picture of me last week, I had gray hair, and I'm not going to tell you this all changed. It's just for men. It's for $6. But I will tell you that I am looking forward to the time for this to be brown again, and that'll be fun. But I'm not, well, maybe I am vain, but I look in the mirror now and I say, you look better. And I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but I just think I look better. My wife doesn't, well, she says I always look good. But as far as feeling better, I feel better. I feel much better as far as activity. I just spent 2 hours out in the driveway working on both of our cars. I haven't touched our cars in years. And now I'm out there, I filled up all the tires, I topped off this, I did that. And I said, boy, I've got energy. And I have a meeting at 8 o'clock. So, it's one of those things where I feel like that little engine that could now. And
incredible testimony.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And when we first met you in February of this year, you the look on your face, you had no hope because you were in pain all the time. And I remember you saying that you were taking a lot of medications, and now you've even been able to cut back on some of those medications, but you had no hope. And so when I see you now, you have hope and you look good because you don't have that pain every day. And so that's what this little Band-Aid thing that comes like this can do. And thank you, Ron, so much. That
Yes.
was
You're welcome.
an incredible testimony. And I'm so glad we met you that day in February.
Me too.
And if I may just say something while Dawn is bringing it back up, uh, you know, you're going to see people, or you know of people that are dealing with things, and of course, all we can do is offer them an option. And when they are going through some type of infirmity, going through a life struggle with something with their body, whatever it is, this is an option for them. And all we can do is say, would you be willing to, are you open-minded to listen to something that could help you out? And really, that's all we want to do, is because ultimately everyone has to make the decision on what they're going to do for themselves and their body. And it should be, but we want to give them all the information that we have, and what that there is, as my wife said, hope.
Hope.
There is hope. You are not destined to a life of of complete infirmity and being dependent upon others. And I truly believe this technology can do things and can give people independence and freedom that maybe they did not have before.
And this little patch is systemic, so it goes anywhere. So you can put this anywhere on your body. We heard a testimony the other day of someone who had ankle pain. So she I don't know why she put the patch on her arm, but it can go anywhere. You can put it anywhere. And she said that she had ankle pain and now it's gone. And she put the patch on her arm. So that just goes to show you don't have to put it in a certain spot. Which and she also she told me, she's like, I haven't called you because this just sounds too good to be true. And I said, I know what you mean, but in almost 3 years we've been doing this, the testimonies would they make you cry. When I see Ron, when I think about Ron, how he looked when we first saw him, he it touches my heart to see the joy in his face now. And here when it says increased collagen, she tracked her progress first day and fourth day 42 and 1 year later, and look at the difference. It's bringing back, it's not anti-aging, it's actually age reversal.
It's incredible what it does.
In scoliosis, you know, the stem cell is lining up, causing her back to line up. That is amazing. And we've heard testimonies of people in our group that had scoliosis and now their back is lining up and they're out of pain. And this is Marcy. Marcy had a disease. She did chemo, radiation, and the first picture she was ready to give up. She had it. And so her homeopathic doctor brought these over, this little Band-Aid looking thing. And this picture is in, the first one is 2019 and the second picture is 2023. And if you saw Marcy today, she looks even better.
She does.
And so it's not anti-aging, it's age reversal, and it's giving people their life back.
We've said that a couple of times, haven't we?
We have said that because
Yeah.
we're so excited
Yep.
about it.
Yep.
So if you want more information, take a picture, a screenshot of this, or write down startx39.com. It has videos, tells you how the technology works. You get to meet David Schmidt. It has all the third-party testing, and David Schmidt always does third-party testing because he doesn't want people to say, well, yeah, you did your own testing. Of course, you're going to
Right.
say it does that. So he does third-party testing, and you can see the patents. It explains the patents. And we were in 2018 a $23 million company. And look at the growth. In 2019, 63 million. And look at 2023, 440 million. And this year we are projected to be $1 billion company, and LifeWave is the #1 network marketing company in the world. And David Schmidt is the owner, the inventor, the CEO, which is really rare. And so LifeWave is not going anywhere. We went to a meeting and they said, you know, some network marketing companies are shutting the doors and they just can't stay open. David, what do you see for our future? And David smiled and he said, we're just getting started. So we're just getting started.
Many of them get bought out by venture capitalists as well, and they have uh, no thought of selling to venture capitalists or another company or another group.
And LifeWave is worldwide, and people are in 75 countries in the world can join this. And I think Japan used to be the #1.
They were,
Um,
but now it's the U.S.
yeah, but now
In the
the
US.
US were #1. So, and LifeWave is not a Me Too company. And what do I mean by that? There is no competition. You know, there has supplement network marketing, there's makeup, there's pots and pans, there's Tupperware, cleaning products. But you have to tell why your product is the best. We have no competition, none, because what we offer to people is changing lives, and David Schmidt invents it. So no one else has it.
Now, what's important to you? Is it spending more time with your family, having more time for yourself, freedom, security? You know, one of the things that I think people need to understand, and we've heard this a lot recently, is that the idea of being able to get a job that pays you an hourly wage or a salary, those are going away. And we've heard more and more because of artificial intelligence and just the way the speed at which business is evolving, that everybody will be paid based upon what their results are, what they bring. So that is going to be a very, very uh, dramatic or even traumatic situation when people are paid for results instead of just coming in and working for 8 hours and then going home. Those jobs are going away. And I think people need to understand they're going to have to look for other options. And this is a huge option.
Mhm.
There are many people who are earning a significant income. In fact, some of the high earners, the highest earners in the country, in the United States, are network marketers.
Mhm.
And is it the whole mindset and the reputation of network marketing is changing from what it was back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I would recommend that people take a real look at this because it is, as I mentioned already, a very lucrative way. It's not get rich quick. You have to build it. But I can tell you, there is no one in this organization that won't want to help you. They want to see you achieve and be successful. And many people on this call are probably thinking, if you have been in a network marketing before and you have an experience that wasn't very good, but one of the things that we hear from a lot of successful people is it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. And you get back up and you know what? You do it again. And that to me is important. I think that's one of the spirit that we have here in the United States is that people say, you know what? I can do this.
And you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, it's not going to do you any good because you can't buy health. You
No,
can't buy health. And so you can't. And so this helps you get both. And who doesn't want less debt? You know, going to the grocery store, it used to cost $100 and you got a lot of groceries. Now you can barely get a bag full of groceries.
now you have to go in
And
debt
now
to
you
get
have to
groceries.
go in debt to get groceries, or you have to think, do I want gas or do I get groceries this week? Do I pay my light bill or do I get, so, you know, this is a way out and you're helping people. And so it takes 4 people. You help 4 people, then you help 4 more people and you can earn an extra $500 a month. who can't right now at this time, who can't use an extra $500 a month, or just want a, another stream of income? And it has a very generous compensation plan. So you could go to the grocery store and you don't have to say, well, am I going to get this hamburger because it's $2 cheaper than this hamburger? You're going to be able to get whatever you want.
And there's one other thing that I want to say about this. When you have a job, if you don't go to work for 3 months, you won't get paid. Whereas
Mhm.
you build your organization with help, you do it according to the system, and you can build something that is what we call residual income, where you continue to get paid even if you decide to stop working. And
Mhm.
that is critical because you can have income coming in even after you decide, well, I'm going to stop for 6 months. You could still have income coming in if you've built your organization.
And and we're not going to go into this a lot, but get back with the person that invited you. But there's multiple ways to get earn income with LifeWave. So, like I said, we're not going to go into this a lot, but get with the person that invited you. And then here's our order form. There's different ways to get in. So get started on X39 today. You heard Ron's incredible testimony. Incredible. I like to
Yes.
say incredible.
Now, here, right here is the different packages that you can get as far as enrollment. If you're a single individual, you can start out with the silver pack for $299.95. If you are a couple, and as Dawn and I, when we came in as a gold pack. It was $499.95, so that she had her own X39 for the month. I had mine as well as the patches, or the support patches. And then the diamond pack. If you are serious about building this business, I would recommend either the gold or the diamond pack. If you started out as silver, you can always upgrade and go from there. But all this does is just get you moving quicker. The speed at which you can build it gets you going quicker now, and you can do it as a silver. But again, like I say, if you truly want to, a diamond pack would be a way to just jumpstart you and get you going extremely fast if you want to build a business very rapidly.
Right. But just get in where you fit in. It doesn't matter where you get in, just get in where you fit in and just get started. And the importance of a monthly subscription, and that's mainly to maintain your consistent health improvement. Because if you set up your shipment, it's just going to come. Because how many times do you order things and then you're like, well, I'll remember to order it before I run out, and then you don't? Well, this way it's already set up for you. There's no commitment. So you can stop at any time, but you're not going to, because I'll be 61 and you're supposed to do it for 1 month for every decade that you're old. So at 6 months, I have my optimal cells. That's what David Schmidt says. Do it for 1 month for every decade you're old. And like I said, I'm 60 and we're going on 3 years. I'm not 61 yet. I'll be 61 in October, but not yet.
All right.
So,
Excuse me.
so, and we plan on staying on this technology until we meet Jesus.
That's right.
So the time is now to make your move. Are you serious about your dreams? This is hope for your future in more ways than one, health and wealth. So get started with X39 and get back with the person that invited you, and they can give you more information. And so we do these X39 events every Thursday, the same time, the same number, and we just have different people so you don't get tired of seeing Greg and I. So we always have different people. And so every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern or Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern time. So thank you
Yes,
so much
thank
for
you.
joining us, and get back with the person who invited you. And if you have any more questions, they can answer your questions and they can help you get your order. So don't wait. Get started on X39 so you can start recovering and rebuilding your body, or just maintain your health. If you're already healthy, you know, just maintain it.
So you can feel like you're in your
Yeah.
20s and 30s again,
Yeah,
because
like
that's how
we-
I feel.
Yeah. And thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And we'll see
Yes.
y'all next Thursday. Bye.